Hi, everybody. It's me. It's Travis again. I'm bored and at home, and I can't leave the house. So I thought I will do a little tutorial of everything I understand about Blackjack basics, and we can spend this time together and be friends and feel like we're all hanging out. You guys can talk in the chat, and I'll talk to you. I'll do a little demonstration. So first things first, some very important terms in blackjack. The two you will use the most is hit or stay. Hit means give me another card. Stay means I don't want any more cards. It's that simple. And some other terms you will use: double down, which means I'm going to double my bet and get one more card. Is split, which means I'm going to split my cards and have two separate hands, and that only works if you have doubles, right? Like an 8 and an 8. And then blackjack and these other things, and there's other terms. Blit. So split, stay, or stand, double, and hit are like the four you will say the most. These are basics. So let's start. I have this set up, so hopefully I can boop. Yeah. Oh, and because I am super cool, I'm going to be using Pogs as chips. So here's what you need to know, right? These are the basics. I will be playing the dealer, and you are over here. You are the player, right? And I don't hate you. I hate the game. Haha, just a little joke. So what we are doing is I'm going to deal you two cards face up, and I will have two cards, one face up and one face down. And you are betting against me. So let's begin. I'll burn the top card, and you will see I have a combination of some Name of the Wind cards, some, let's see, some Die Hard Nakatomi Plaza cards, and some My Brother Need themed cards. So here's your first card. Here is my first card. Here is your second card. And here is my second card, which is going to go right under here. So, basic rule of thumb whenever you're playing against a dealer is to assume that their whole card, the card you can't see, is a 10. Because in this deck, this is four separate decks, right? So that means that in each deck, let's take, for example, fives, right? In each deck, there are five fives. The five or four fives. Whew, excuse me, four fives. The five of diamonds, the five of hearts, the five of clubs, and the five of spades. But in each deck, there are 16 tens. The 10, the jack, the queen, and the king, right? Four of each suit. So 16 total in each deck. So now here in four sets of these, that's what? 56 56 tens, and only 16 fours or 16 fives or 16 sixes, right? So that means that statistically the most likely card to draw is a 10. So right now you have a 16 against my, let's assume, 18, and let's say you've bet one chip. So right now, if you ever hear somebody say, "What's the book say? What's the strategy say?" You can find all of these like different cards, and it's basically a chart that says, if this is showing, what do you do here? So if right now I'm showing an 8 and you have a 16, you want to hit. So let's say that you hit. Ooh, not bad. So now you've got a 19 against my supposedly 18. So now you're going to stay. Now, this is the other thing. If you are doing this in a casino, there are hand motions you have to do, because let me show you. There's a camera in the sky, much like you. Hi. And so you have to do hand motions so that later, if you're like, I said stay, and they gave me another card, they can look back at the video and say, oh, no, you didn't. You did this. So if you tap the table, you are saying, hit me, give me another card. And if you wave your hand, you are saying stay. So we're going to stay on this 19, and we're going to look at the dealer's hold card. So I've got a 12 right now. and I busted. I got 22, right? So you win. Great job. Now you have 2 pogs. Very good job. So let's do another hand. Are you learning everything? Everything? Okay. Your first card is a 2. My first card is a 3. Your next card is a 3. And then my card goes under here. So right now, because if you have anything up till 11, there is no reason not to get another card, right? Because there is no possibility of busting. So on a 5, there's no reason for you not to get another card. The question is, do you hit, or is there a circumstance where you might double any of these things? But with a 5 against a 3, you're just going to hit. So you're going to say, hit me. And now you're at 15. Now here, you might say 15. That seems like an awfully low card. And you're not wrong, right? 15 is not normally a winning hand. But you have to remember that statistically, my whole card is a 10, which means this is a 13. And statistically, the next card is a 10, which means I'm going to bust, right? So the right play here is to stay on a 15. So you're going to stay, and I'm going to see my whole card is in fact a 10. So I've got 13, and the next card is another 10, right? So I bust with 23, and you win. You get more monies. Okay, let's do some more. I don't know if you guys are enjoying this, but I sure am. So your first card is a 2. My first card is a 6. Your next card is a 6. And I am going to hide my second card. So now you have an 8 against my 6. Once again, there is no worry about taking a card here, right? Because the most that this is going to put you up to is a 19, which is glorious. So you're going to hit, and you're going to get an ace. So in blackjack, an ace is a 1 or an 11. So in this circumstance, it is an 11. It's an 11 unless an 11 would make you bust, and then it's a 1. So right now, you just drew up to a 19, which is very good. So now you're going to stay on a 19. And then we're going to, okay, so right now I have a 15. So I have to draw. I got an 18, right? You win. This is great. You're doing great. You're having a great run of luck. There's some more money for you. This looks like a horrifying Alf. What is this? Why is Alf so scary? And what is happening? Okay. So we'll play some more hands together. You're doing great, by the way. If you walked away now, oh, that's a good call. But you're not going to. Oh, a king. Very good. And an 8. And another king. And then my whole card. So right now, right, you're showing a 20. Now you might be thinking, Travis, can I split these 10s? You can, but you should not. You should not split these 10s. That would be completely bonkers. Because right now you're totally winning, and chances are you would, get something that would not be nearly as good a hand as 20. So you're going to stay on this 20. I'm going to check me out. Oh, I've got an 11. This is not looking good for you. Let's see. Oh, yeah. See, 21. I win. So you get no monies. You get no monies because I got the magic numbers. Okay. Now, you got an ace. Good luck on that ace. I got a jack. You got blackjack. So now, this is where whenever there's a face card in a casino, they will check to see what they got. I did not get a blackjack, because if you got a blackjack, if the dealer got a blackjack, you lose on a blackjack. There are certain ones where it's like you don't, but in this one, you would. But I don't, which means that you would win money plus. Normally, your bet in a casino would be 1 for 1. But on a blackjack, there's better odds. It's like if you bet 5, you get 6 back, or you bet 5, you get 7, whatever, right? So I'm going to say you won 3 monies. That's a great job. Good job. Blackjack is an automatic win. You don't have to make any decisions, and isn't that glorious? So let's see. You got a king. I have a 5. You have a 7. And I get a whole card. So right now you have a 17 against supposedly my 15. So you're going to stay on your 17. I'm gonna flip my cards. I've got an 11. Oh no, scary times for you. I got an 18. Just barely win. Money's to me, and you would lose. I'm trying to get a good like splits hand. Basically, so just to oh, you got a queen. I think that's me. Supposed to be me, which is cool. I got a 2. You got a 20. You're looking great. So you're gonna stay on this 20 against my 2. Now here's the thing. This is where uh me I think there are 2 ways to play blackjack. Strategically and risky, right? Strategically, right now, you never split tens. That is blackjack basics. Don't split tens. But now if this was me and I was like, well, I'm looking at this and I'm assuming the dealer's got a 12 and I've got possibly 2 tens, I might split, right? But that is a risky maneuver that is like not not the right thing to do, because chances are you are not going to get as good a hand on either one of these as you would here. But let me just show you what would happen if you split, right? So when you split, it means that you put out, so let's say you had started with 1. So to split, you would say, I'm going to split, and you double your bet, and they would separate these out, and they deal against 1 first. So now that's an 18. You're going to stay on that 18. And see, that's a 20. Now, just so you know, anytime you are in a split, anytime you are in a split and you get doubles again, you could split again. So like if I had split 2 8s and then got another 8, I could have split those 8s. But I'm going to stay on this, right, with a 20 and an 18. Now I've got a 4, 14, too many, 24. So in this maneuver, this paid off, and you would win double your bet. So you bet 2, you take 4 back to your pot. 4 pogs. What a great day to be an 8-year-old. Okay. So are you getting that? Is that clear? That's split. Stay. Let's see if I can get a good hand to double down on. You got a jack. I have a 5. You have an 8. My whole card. So 18 against 5. Remember, you're assuming I have a 10 underneath, and the next card is going to be a 10. So you're going to stay, assuming that I have a 15, and my next card is going to bust me. So right now, this means that I have a 6 or a 16. Now, in a lot of casinos, the dealer, at a lot of tables, I should say, because sometimes rules can vary table to table. But right now, if I had a soft 17, which means I have an ace and a 6, then I still have to draw against that. Dealer has to draw on a 17, a soft 17. So this puts me at a 20. So I would win. Bad luck for you. I'm going to take your monies, except not really, because it's all just my pogs. Okay. Now you have a 9, and I have a 7, and you have 13, and I have who knows. So right now, if you're remembering the rule that the next card is probably a 10, you're thinking, but the chances of me busting on a 13 are high. You are absolutely correct. However, if I have a 10 under here and I have a 17, I'm going to win automatically. So you might as well hit and take the risk. So right now you have a 17. So I would stay there, right? Because if I have a 17 and you have a 17, we push, which means you get to keep your money that you bet, but you don't win any more money, right? So let's push. I've got a 14. Too many, right? I busted. So now you would win monies. Here's some more pogs for your troubles. Buy yourself something pretty. Okay. Now, you have a 5. I have a queen. You have a 9, and I have who knows. Now, right here, if I was showing, let's say, if I was showing a 4, 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, the book says that you would double, right? Because you have a 9, and chances are I bust. But right now, because I'm showing a queen, you're just going to hit. So 19, not bad. If you're assuming I have a 10 under here, I might still win, but the chances of you getting a 2 or an ace to match my 20 or whatever I have is unlikely. So you're going to stay on 19 and I am going to win on 20. I think this is supposed to be Demi. That's pretty cool. Or who is that? I don't know. Okay. Let's see here. You have a 7. I have an ace. Ooh, scary for you. You have 15. I have who knows. Now, once again, here's another. This is kind of a advanced maneuver, but some tables allow for insurance, which means that if you see that the dealer has an ace or possibly blackjack, you can make a bet that then pays back some money. But I never do insurance. Let's see. Blackjack. I win. I would take your paw. I take your pogs. Okay, a 6, 2, 16. Oh, what's that, Siri? See, okay. So I have. Oh no, I showed you this card. That's she. I got distracted by Siri. Okay, so right now you have 16. I have a 2. So if I were you, and I am, I'm going to stay, right? Because while 16 is not technically a winning hand, once again, I'm assuming I have a 12 and I'm going to bust. So let's see. Yes, I do have a 12. And the next card is, in fact, a king. I bursted it. So, do you see? You're doing great. You're winning all my pogs. You're a blackjack champion. Okay. Ace. Oh, good luck on that ace. Queen. 19. Okay, so right now you have a 19 and I have a queen. So let's see what it says to do. If the dealer is showing a 10 and you have an 18 plus, you're going to stay. Okay. But on a soft 18, you're going to hit. Now, this is according to the strategy charts. On a soft 18, you're going to hit. So let's see if they're right. Well, now you have a hard 18. Well, now you have, sorry, it was a 19. I was counting poorly. But now you have a hard 19, right? A hard 19. And you're going to stay on your hard 19 against my 10. But I win. 20. Yay. Oh, it feels so good to win. Wouldn't you like to feel this winning feeling? Okay. 7 against a 7. This is a haunted doll. 17 versus who knows? You're going to stay, right? Because you're assuming I have 17 too, and we'll push. I do have 17. We push, which means you get to keep your money, but you don't win any extra money. Now you have a jack. I think that's Griffin. Yeah. I have a jack. You have 20. I have who knows? You're going to stay, and we're going to see. I also have a 10. Wow, we matched. Means we push. Means you keep your money, but you don't win any more. Cool. So just to refresh some terms. Hit. Give me another card. Stay. I don't want any more cards. Double. We haven't gotten to double yet. Let me come up with a good double here. Dude, ignore me. Just trying. Here we go. Okay. So let's say you have an 11. I have a 5 and something, right? So right now, you have an 11. There are no cards in the deck that could make you go over 21. And in fact, we're remembering that statistically, the most likely card to come up next is a 10, right? So what you would do, let's say you had started off by betting 2, and you see this 11, you say, I'm going to double down. And when you double down, you put your pogs, your chips behind your other chips, and you get one card. So sometimes you will see one card, right, for double down. So then you get one card. So now you have a 19, and I have 14, and I bust one too many, 22. So now you get back 8, right? That's a good big win for you, right? Good job. So as a reminder, hit, hit, give me one card, stay, you gotta wave your hand like this, means I don't want any more cards, or stand, don't want any more cards. Split, when you have doubles, you can split into two different hands, which effectively doubles your bet. Double, give me one more card, and that also doubles your bet. If you hear somebody say like it's a soft 18 or a soft 19, that means that it is an ace plus, a 7 or an 8 or 9, which means that if you were to get another card, that ace would become a 1. Um, so hopefully that explains some blackjack basics for you. And if you want to learn more, I highly suggest you do. I love, here, you can look back at me. Hi. I love blackjack. I find it to be a very methodical game. Also, if you want, I can just start doing some ASMR now. These are my Pog Slammers. As you can see, some Pog Slammers here. Okay, that's enough of that. I hope you enjoyed this. You can play some blackjack. Wait, do you have yeah, so in my blackjack deck, I had four decks mixed together, because in most casinos, they are playing with lots and lots of multiple decks to help combat card counting. It also makes for more hand combinations, all that stuff, but mostly it's for card counting. And you should not do card counting, or at the very least, you should not get caught card counting. But I will say, at the very least, you should pay attention to, like, if at the beginning of a shoe, which is what the box that they put the cards into to deal out of, it's called a shoe. At the beginning of a shoe, if it's like, wow, there was a lot of face cards in there. Now you can think about, like, wow, I saw 8 queens in the first 3 hands. That means that when you get to the end of the shoe, the end of the deck, it's that much less likely that you will get a 10. And I also will say that I've never been in a casino where I tried to do something completely dumb and the dealer wasn't like, are you sure? Or something like that. But some general rules of thumb is you can double down on anything, right? You can double down on a 5, right? But if you do that, if you double down on weird stuff, then they will start to be suspicious of you that you are card counting, because the only reason somebody would do something that dumb is if they knew something they weren't supposed to. So mostly you're looking to double down on 11, and always split ace, as I always say on my channel, always split aces and eights. So hopefully this has answered some of your blackjack basic questions and provided some 23 minutes of entertainment during your quarantine and isolation. So be sure to smash that subscribe button, and tell your friends. And don't worry, this is going to stay on the stream so you can watch it afterwards. So if you just got here, you can start back at the beginning. Okay, bye. Be cool to yourself and take good care of yourself and have a great day.